Greetings, critters! It's Fox here, and welcome to my Burrow of Thoughts, aka my channel, where we talk about everything spooky. And today will be a spooky book review of Final Girls by Riley Sager. So settle into your burrows because things are about to get spooky. A little bit about the plot of Final Girls by Riley Sager. So 10 years ago, Quincy is the sole survivor of a massacre involving all of her friends. And thus she is dubbed a final girl. But when another final girl dawns her doorstep after one mysteriously dies, Quincy starts to wonder, is she as fine as she thinks she is? Or is the past coming back to haunt her? Or worse, repeat itself? So my thoughts on Final Girls by Riley Sager. First off, I'm so sorry that this review is way late because I bought this last December and I read it in October. 11 months went by with this on my TBR and I feel so guilty because as a thriller, I think it has everything that you would need. It has the multiple timelines, it has an unreliable narrator, it has a couple of characters that are, ambiguous and very vague, but you find out little by little more and more about them, which I loved. The past and present was written very, very well. I enjoyed both segments. The past I found was more horror based because you're going back into Quincy's survival fight or flight mode, what she went through, and then the present is where the mystery and the thriller really kicked in. So I loved it. Very versatile. It does play homage to some pretty cool horror flicks, which I loved. I think that's a great nod to the horror genre. Even if I don't find this super duper scary, I love that it gave those movies a good hey there, ho there. So that was great. I loved Quincy, the main character's metamorphosis into this quiet mouse and then becoming a more fierce survivor. I loved that. That was a great, strong character. All the characters were really well written and really well done. They had me guessing and contemplating, which I love. It added to the mystery's depth of the story. It did really gain momentum in the last 80 pages. I was flying through it. I could not put the pieces together. I just needed to know what happened, and what happened was good. Now, I did enjoy this a great deal, and thus I'm rating it 4 tails out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It was a really great book. It's not getting a 5 tails out of 5 for me because I think if there was a little bit more past exploration, then it would have fallen more into a horror category, and this is a horror book channel. So I'm rating it 4 tails out of 5 as a horror book, but as a thriller, I am rating it 5 tails out of 5. Confusing, I know. Final Girls by Riley Sager. It is one of my more favored ones by this author. I loved Home Before Dark. Wasn't very keen on Survive the Night, so I'm glad I picked this up and re-solidified me and my love with this author. So Final Girls by Riley Sager. Well, critters, that's all from this Den of Frights today. Thank you so much for being here and watching. It means the whole wide and wild wilderness your support, critters. It really does. And until next time, stay cozy and stay spooky.